Welcome back to the Bird's Eye View Sports Edition. So now, first thing is, I was out camping last weekend, way out there, and I had no cell coverage, no anything. I could not watch the Washington game. I totally missed it. The only thing I have not seen any of it. I just read some stuff on it. It sounded like Oregon basically outplayed Washington, but because of a few coaching mistakes and getting a little bit too cute, they kind of gave that game away and just couldn't put Washington away. Apparently, there was an onside kick that didn't make a lot of sense, that didn't work, and allowed Washington to score. And there was another gamble on a 4th and 1, and then at the end of the game, there was a injury to Bo Nix where he came out. The backup went in, and they were on a 4th and 1 play, and Noe Whittington happened to slip, and that gave Washington the ball back, and they scored again. I think that was the go-ahead win. Or the go-ahead score. Or it was enough to get them to tie it, and then they kicked a field goal late. I don't know. Anyway, the onside kick thing, I don't know, that's maybe a little bit too aggressive, and I think as Dan Lanning, a young coach, is going to learn that lesson. And then I'm fine with the 4th and 1 where Whittington slipped. That's not his fault. And 9 out of 10 times, Oregon's going to get that first down. So I don't have a problem with that part of it, but getting a little bit too cute is a problem. And I think that's a young coach thing. I know Dan Lane wants to be really aggressive, but that's all I really got to say about the Washington game, because I did not, like I said, I did not see it. I just read some stuff on it. But even Washington fans were saying that basically Oregon was the better team. It just they made some mistakes, and you can't make mistakes against any team in the Pac-12. In fact, no team has gone undefeated in the Pac-12 since 2010, and I think that's when they expanded to the Pac-12 instead of the Pac-10, if I remember right. No team has went undefeated in the Pac, and that's just kind of the way it is. All right, so with that out of the way, let's go ahead and we're going to talk about this game, the Utah game, the one I did watch last night. Way too damn late. So this has a lot of Pac-12 championship implications, because USC was playing UCLA, and the winner of that game, if USC won, they clinch the spot in the Pac-12 title. Oregon and Utah need a Washington loss to clinch. That didn't happen. Washington won. So the winner of this game has to win one more to secure that spot, or a Washington loss in the Apple Cup. So Utah and Oregon are playing with a lot at stake, because there's a chance to play USC in the title game and maybe go to the Rose Bowl. So without further ado, let's take a look at some stats, or at some of the highlights here. All right, so Oregon gets the ball first, so last week against Washington, Bo Nix, right at the very end, like I said, he got hurt. He did come back in, but this week there was a lot of chat that he wasn't going to play. Even one of the receivers made a comment about how it was going to be the backup. Basically, this was like a game time decision, and because the game was so late at like 8 something, Bo decided that he was able to go. However, Bo Nix, being one of the leading rushers on the Oregon team, was not able to move around. So he was basically a pocket passer at this point. And could Oregon pull this game out with a Bo Nix that can't post? He can't. When you're throwing the ball, you got to drive that ball, and you push a lot of weight off of that foot. And he's not able to do that. He's not able to scramble, and he's not able to run. That takes a lot of offense off the board for Oregon. So here we go with the highlights.
Are really impressive this year. One of the best third down teams in the conference in the country. Bo Nix throws on
got a pass to Hudson.
A big game. Hudson tripped
and he just barely gets caught. He might have got a lot more yards on that.
47-yard line, first down, Ducks.
Is able to be effective tonight on essentially
and look,
one leg.
He just kind of throws it. That's no leg in that. That's just straight arm strength right here.
Ryan Walk got way
Here's
out
a pass
there
to Bucky, or a handoff to Bucky Irvin. Makes a great read. Great vision with the score. Nice play by Bucky. That's all him. The hole is gone, and he just made the right read.
Really good. And the right side. Watch how they just slide everybody over to the right. And
that's all him. That's all him.
Reed, who was coming inside.
Great running back. Now, he didn't have the greatest game, but he was still an integral part. Oregon didn't run the ball well in this game.
3rd and 6. Rising's going to throw, and he's going to have to throw on the move. He hits his man across the middle. That's Kincaid again, first down and much.
So this guy, number 86, Dalton Kincaid, I think he was targeted 17 or 18 times with like 12 catches or something. We'll look at the stats. I mean, this guy was all over the field all day long, catching balls. Like he was the focus, and it was kind of frustrating not being able to stop him. But here we go.
What a year for Dalton Kincaid, who missed from 38.
All right, so what we missed here is Utah on their first possession of the game missed I think it was like a 38-yard field goal. It really wasn't close. This one's from 45 yards, and to put that in perspective, they're on like the 35-yard line, and watch this kick.
First time Utah had the ball. This kick on the way, and it is
barely
good. Just barely.
So what that means is Utah can't kick a field goal unless they're at the 35 or closer, and so they would have had to get to the 35 or closer to kick any field goal the rest of the game. Oregon's next possession.
Steps up and throws across the middle. He's got the pass complete for a first down.
Okay. Great pass and catch by Dante Thornton. But then Dante Thornton tries to get cute. And you can see this guy right here. He wants that ball. And you can see Thornton's left arm is not securing the ball. He's looking at this guy. He has no idea this guy is right here. And when you don't secure the ball in traffic, what happens?
Dante Thornton still going.
Yep.
Now
there's the fumble.
Comes out at the end of the play, right near midfield, and Utah pounces on it.
At midfield now, there was also a Utah player who went down temporarily. It looked like that was number 8.
Getting too cute.
Well,
after the ball, after the catch, you have to secure that ball. Especially when you're about to get in traffic. You can't just be lackadaisical running around with the ball like this. That's just not going to work at college football. Okay, so there's a chance for Utah to steal a bunch of momentum here. But a great play on the offensive line, doing what they're supposed to be doing, causes this.
Oregon has not fumbled it very often this year. Rising's pass tipped up, and that's intercepted
By Bennett Williams.
First play after the Oregon turnover, the Utes give it back.
All right, so right after the fumble, the first play, the offensive lineman gets his hand up like he's supposed to, tips that ball, and Bennett Williams here comes up to the thing. But what I want you to see is the other there. So Justin Flo on this really makes this play happen.
I think that was Bennett Williams who went up and got it.
It is.
It's just a ball with a little heat on it.
There's the tip right here. There's the tip.
Over the middle, those have...
Okay, so watch down here in the corner, right? So the ball's up in the air. This is anybody's ball right here.
A tendency.
But right here in the corner, you see Justin Flo take this guy out, the only possible Utah guy that can get there.
They get
just
popped
takes
up
him
in
out.
the air. It gets knocked up right away. It looked like that was Riley, 91, who got a paw.
Look at that block right there. He just straight tackles him because that's legal on a tip ball.
And what a tremendous job by Justin Flo.
Great play, great team interception. Great team interception.
The nice catch.
Okay, so we got the interception, and then we're gonna hand this off to the running back.
Run Nix on
Whittington.
third down, 4 of 5
and
already.
He had a pretty good game.
Whittington gets the carry left side, and he scores through. Bounces off the would-be tackler down inside the 20. Finally, Karene Reed wrestles him down. Whittington along.
All right, so we get this ball. We're at the 4-yard line. Like I said, Bo Nix can't run, but watch Bo Nix.
Side.
Fakes the handoff.
He will fake it and then throw it to the end zone. Caught.
All arm, no leg, just flicks it.
Tuck takeaways. Bennett Williams getting it going, and oh my goodness.
And a head-to-head here.
Okay, so now it's 14-3. Oregon is in control of this game. Utah has made I think they had 2 huge long drives that ended with no points. And so here we go.
At Autzen and out of the timeout. Utah going for it on 4th down. Cam Rising throws. Kincaid with a catch in the spin.
To Kincaid again. So what are you going to do?
Another big play from Dalton Kincaid.
How about the timing on that? The reason for the decision.
All right, so they didn't do anything. Oregon stopped him. And then here you got all right, so Thornton makes that big catch earlier and has a fumble, but Bo Nix has all the confidence in the world in his receivers.
But you could have made it
and here we go, right
game.
Back to Dante Thornton.
Play fake. Nix is going to throw deep left side, and the pass is caught by Thornton.
And this time, secures the ball all the way down.
We're down to 1:10 to go in this first half.
That's all arm. Do you see him lift that back leg up? That's all arm.
He's right-handed, and he's trying to push off of that right leg, that right ankle.
Okay, so yeah, okay.
Now that's huge. Thompson is
okay. So what we didn't see here is Oregon would kick a field goal and go in at the half at 17-0. I mean 17-3. They have a 2-touchdown lead, right? Okay. So Utah gets the ball first, and they come down here, and I believe it was a turnover on downs, and Oregon gets the ball on their own 14-yard line. And this is Oregon's first possession in the third quarter. This is the tone setter for the rest of this game for Oregon. And if you look, this is the backup QB. This is not Bo Nix. And this is what I was talking about earlier with the Washington game about getting too cute, about, the onside kick when you don't have to. And here again is Oregon is in complete control of this game right now. Utah can't do anything. The only thing you can do is make a mistake and let Utah back in this game. So what do? Is they send the backup QB out, and then this is the result, because it's not even like a standard play, right? It's not something that is a normal piece of your offense. So you send out the backup, and then you run this.
Now that's huge. Thompson is going to flip it back, and the ball's on the turf. Utah scoops it up, and they'll score. Oh my goodness, Karene Reed.
So you're on your 14-yard line with a QB that hasn't done one snap in this game. He's a backup. And then not only do you not run a safe handoff or something to get him in the scope of the game, you try to run some silly, cute reverse. And what do? Is you crush all your momentum, you let Utah back in this game, and that's exactly what happened. This game was over.
With Nix on the sideline.
That's a Dan Lanning coaching mistake. This should have never happened.
But it's down to 7 after the defense came up with the stop. The
Should have never
defense
happened.
Came up with a score.
Just silly.
Four-man rush, Rising, pass tipped and intercepted. Noah Sewell.
I love Noah Sewell's his little celebration on this one. So Utah gets the ball back, of course. And then they're driving down the field, and again, a tipped ball at the line because the offense had their hand up.
Picked it off. Another pass tipped at the line. Trying to hit Yasmin, the tight end. Noah Sewell comes up with a turnover.
And stopped his
Hand
rush.
up.
Now
Boom.
just watch. 95
Noah
right in the middle.
Sewell.
Yep,
And then
there
lots
he
of
is.
little butt scoot.
Hand up. And he gets the ball.
I didn't know what that was, but it was
Maybe.
hilarious. Okay. So Oregon gets the ball back. It's 17-10. Utah is getting back into this game. They throw an interception, but Bo Nix, it's 2nd and 11, and he has no mobility. And Utah adjusted their defense in the second half to put more pressure on him, and this is exactly the result.
All alone in the backfield. Pressure comes, and Nix just not himself
He
in
just
terms
falls
of the
down. Like, he has no ability to scramble. He just falls down.
Is now in at right guard. Play fake on first down. Rising had nowhere to go with the ball. Now scrambling. Throws across the middle. Wide open. And that's
broken
Vele,
coverage.
who spins through one tackle and then
Great
gets
play.
dropped
I mean,
inside the 40.
They're going to get their play.
Big catch for Vele. Did a nice job of working his way to the middle against this zone coverage. You see the linebackers creep up. There was a huge void behind them, and Vele came back and found coverage.
Okay. So now So Oregon fumbles the first possession, and Utah gets the ball. They go in for a score, changes the momentum. Utah now has the ball at the 18-yard line, and this is what happens.
Bernard stays on the field, 2nd and 2. This time the little jet sweep action with a blocker in front. That's Dixon along the sideline.
And now all of a sudden it's
Touchdown.
17-17.
They love to use that play in
And
this part
to
of the
me,
field,
this
and
is
it
all
works
a result
again.
of that
there
first
was
play in
just
the third
enough
quarter
room on
where
the
Oregon
sideline.
fumbled and they
Watch the
scored and let
extra
Utah
gear
back into
that
this
Dixon
game.
flips it into
Because even
about
this score right
now.
here
Now
would have
he
made
sees
it.
and he turns it on and just
It would have made it 17.
That's a big
Or it
play
would have
for
made
the
it
Ducks.
10-17.
They needed a first down bat. Now Nix trying to move. He did move and throws on the move and completes
That was like his biggest scramble
what a
all
play.
day.
Terrence Ferguson, the tight end, with the catch. Here.
And then with 12 minutes left, Oregon is kicking a 41-yard field goal with a tie game at 11:21 left in the fourth quarter.
Snap and hold. The kick is on the way, and that kick is good.
That kick's good by a mile. All right, so you have Oregon up 20-17. Utah doesn't do anything. Oregon gets the ball back, and
2nd and 10. Nix on that bad
Thornton
right ankle
again.
rolling, heaving deep. Thornton gets turned around and makes the catch.
I mean, this was an okay pass, but that was a great catch. That was Thornton made that. Bo Nix just kind of threw it up with no feet. You can see him jump and throw.
Him a chance to make the ball,
And Thornton makes that catch. Okay, so so it's Oregon's leading 20-17. They're at the 24-yard line. This game, all they need to do is be safe, keep driving the ball, score either a field goal or a touchdown would definitely lock up this game. But as things happen,
tremendous throw.
50 yards. Now Nix is going to throw left side. It's picked off. Clark Phillips, what a play.
Bo Nix throws a
These two
pick.
corners being two of the best in college football. And
Now-
Clark Phillips, maybe the
Now, the thing is Bo Nix, when he's healthy, can he make that pass? I don't know, maybe, because this was a very, very, very good defensive play.
best. Another big-time play right on time.
So what you don't see here is the two defensive guys kind of switch, right? And I don't think Bo Nix saw number one underneath like he did, and he read that play all the way, watched Bo Nix's eyes, and broke on the ball.
Time for the Utes.
He's lucky that they got that tackle because that might have been a pick six. So, all right. All right, so we have a few plays later. 1st and 10, Utah's driving the ball, and this is like where you kind of think that this is Utah's last drive, and they have to do something. And so we got Bennett Williams here making another spectacular play.
Rising throws across the middle, and that one's intercepted. He was trying to get it to Kincaid, and Bennett Williams comes up with his second pick of the game.
Yes, looking at Rising's eyes,
and look, it's Kincaid. So I think Williams was like, I know the ball's going to go to this guy. It's going to be, and if it's right over me, then I'm going to break on the ball. That had to have been what he was thinking, because they just threw that guy all day long. And Bennett just makes a great play and a great catch, steals that ball right out of the air.
Saw that coming, and he's right there. Sees it the entire way. Big takeaway for the Ducks.
Utah's got to play with a little urgency. Under 3 minutes to go. They're down 3. Rising is going to scramble. He'll get the first down. Not going to slide. Cam Rising with some power running all the way out to the 45. That's a gain of 13.
So there's 2:41 left at that first down. Okay, so a few plays later, it's 4th and 6. And Cam Rising here is going to try to throw it to number 86 on 4th and 6 with 2 minutes left.
Cade came in motion. Here's Rising on 4th down. Rising throws over the middle and incomplete. Off the hands of Enos.
My bad. It was a different. There was an earlier 4th down play that never mind. We won't even. Or no, it's a later one. My bad.
To catch it and he couldn't bring it in.
On 3rd down and 4th down, they push him out of the pocket here.
All right, so that was all pressure. That was all pressure.
Still should have been caught.
Still should have been caught. But a difficult throw, difficult catch. And remember, he does not have a help.
Okay, so this is at the very end. There's a 1:40 left. Utah has now used all of their timeouts on the play prior to this. And, at the 40 with Bo Nix hobbled as he is, if they can get a stop right here, I think Oregon probably would have punted the ball. I don't know that they would have tried to, if they had lost yards on this, tried it again. But Bo Nix, being the hero that he is, and as hobbled as he is, tries to win this game.
Bo Nix. Now maybe Bo will decide he's got one run in him tonight.
Whittington motions into the backfield. A fake
pitch.
There goes Nix. Dives
and he dives. That was his first positive run, his longest run of the day, to seal this game for Oregon.
Puts it away for the Ducks, who are going to come up with a tremendous win. And what an effort from Bo Nix.
Gimpy. He had one gimpy run in him tonight. And
one gimpy run. And then they just
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube.
They just do victory formation, and then that's the end of that. So let's take a look at this game a little bit. This is not indicative of Cam Rising, how he usually plays. He went 21 of 38, 170 yards, 4.5 yards, and 3 interceptions. I think that's the most interceptions he's had in a game in like a few years. And then Bo Nix in Oregon, they didn't do a lot. They just did enough. Like, it was amazing. So Oregon was held to 59 yards rushing. 59 yards rushing. I can't even tell you the last time Oregon been held under 100 yards rushing as a team, but that's crazy. Bo Nix has 277 yards. He went 25 of 37, threw for a TD, gets an interception. But even on one leg, the guy still gets 7.8 yard average. I mean, that's pretty amazing statistics on one leg. But you can see how Oregon was hobbled in this game. Because Bo Nix was not an option to run, Utah stacked the box and said, I dare you to throw. You got to win as a pocket passer. And Bo Nix, he came through and did that. And, a lot of credit to offensive line. Both Noah Whittington and Bucky both had 10 carries apiece. Bucky had 20 yards, and Noah Whittington had 53 yards. It was just enough to keep Utah honest. And not, like I said, not a overall like huge statistical game, but what can you say? Utah had 22 first downs to Oregon's 16. They had 326 total yards to Oregon's 346. So both defenses, it's either both defenses really played well or both offenses just couldn't do anything, because these are well under team averages for both of these teams. 36 rushing attempts for 156 yards for Utah, and then 59 rushing yards for Oregon. Here's the other thing that I wonder is, when was the last time Oregon was held under 100 yards rushing and won? Because that's pretty amazing for a team that just wants to rush the ball. But here's the problem is Oregon had 3 turnovers, 2 fumbles lost, and an interception, and they have to clean that up. Oregon cannot be having turnovers, especially if somebody like Bo Nix is hobbled. If Bo Nix is hobbled and has no mobility, Oregon cannot turn that ball over. Oregon plays Oregon State next to get into the Pac-12 title game, and that is not going to be an easy game. Not only is it the Civil War, which they're trying to come up with a new name because the Civil War is not PC enough, which is really dumb. It's been the Civil War for like a couple hundred years or something, or 100 years, or how since 18 something or other, since they've been playing this game. Anyway, so if Bo Nix is hobbled in that Oregon State game, that's a dangerous game. Even if he was completely healthy, that's a dangerous game. But with him hobbled, that Oregon State game is going to be ugly. And that game is just a few days away. I think it's on, they usually play it on Thanksgiving. But no, okay. So it's on the 26th, 11/26. So that is on Saturday. Okay. So a lot of times they play this on Thursday. So Oregon and Bo Nix have a full week to get healthy for this game. And then they play Oregon State, which has been on a roll. They are 5-3 in conference, 8-3. They're bowl eligible. They're ranked probably number 20-ish or so. Oregon will probably be ranked number 10. It'll be number 10 versus number 20, somewhere around there. And that'll be for the spot in the Pac-12 title game that Oregon's looking to go. So with that, we're out of here. Man, that was a very stressful second half. Dan Lanning he absolutely must play within himself as a coach, right? Because I like that he's aggressive. I do. I really like that he's aggressive. But there's times to be aggressive, and there's time to just be standard vanilla team. And there's times, when you pull off the onside kick, but you pulled that off on UCLA. You have to know that Washington was looking for that play. And I don't know. This just getting too cute cost Oregon a blowout in this game. It should have been over with, but they let Utah back in. And that's the thing. This is Dan Lanning's the youngest football coach in the NCAA right now. This is his first season as head coach, and I think he's got to be learning. Like I think he was a little upset about the Washington game. And he came out, and this game started really well. I hope and pray to God that he learned a lesson in this, because if you were on the 40-yard line and you wanted to run that play with Ty Thompson, I don't have a problem with that. but you can't run that play the first series of the third quarter, and you can't run that play when you're on your own 14, because if something like that happens, then you're behind the 8 ball. So like it's been a great season so far. Win, lose, or draw in the next couple games. Dan Lanning's had a very successful first year, and I'm excited to see him grow. I'm excited to see this team grow, and we still got 3 games left. So, well, I'm assuming 3 games left, because Oregon's got to beat Oregon State. If they beat Oregon State, they're in the Pac-12 title game. Then they go to the Pac-12 title game, and then they'll be in a bowl game regardless. But where will that bowl game be? If Oregon beats Oregon State and they beat USC in the Pac-12 title game, then they will be in the Rose Bowl, and that'll be an amazing first year for Dan Lanning. So let's go Ducks. Let's see them there, and thanks for hanging out.